Welcome back, everyone. This video we're going to be setting up the log splitter in its somewhat hopefully permanent location. Stacy wants to do all the log splitting as usual, so we're going to set up the log splitter under this oak tree over here because she wants to kind of sit under the shade over here and she'll have some nice scenery while she's splitting. So I have to grab the excavator and come over here and clean all this up. And the log splitter we just finished building. It's right over here by the barn, and so I'll show you that next. So here it is, the RuggedMade 28-ton splitter. It's got a 15 horsepower, the Raven engine, which of course is, I'm sure, some sort of Chinese off-brand, but it runs good. If you've watched the channel before, you know we had the same splitter before, but the 37-ton version, which had the same motor. I'm sure it had a bigger hydraulic pump on it and probably a bit bigger cylinder on it. But aside from that, it's pretty much the exact same machine. Even the amount of hydraulic fluid, the reservoir is all the same. The whole thing is pretty much exactly the same. It's really not noticeable to us because we're not splitting 100, 200 cord of firewood a year. Especially being here in Tennessee and not New Hampshire anymore, we're not going to be going through 8 or 10 cord a year, I'm sure. Plus our house is going to be half the size, and we're going to be using a wood stove that's half the size. So I'd imagine 3 to 5 cord a year would be my guess, but we're going to try to get 5 prepared and ready for us this year. So the Rugged Split, 28-ton log splitter, still has the hydraulic lift, just like our last one. Has electric start, just like the other one, same exact motor. I installed an hour meter on it, just like I did with the last one. You can see right now no hours, because all I did was pretty much warm it up and make sure that all the hydraulics work without leaking. It's got the valve for the log lift and the valve for the splitter. Stacy likes to have the log lift on the opposite side of where the motor is, so you can actually choose which side you want it to be on. You can have it over here or over there. So the next step for us to do here is, it's already filled with hydraulic fluid. I made sure that's all full, topped off, nothing's leaking. The motor's all filled with oil and got that warmed up and ready to go. It's got a nice little outfeed table. It's got an outrigger leg. With that pin, you put it down when you're not using it or when you're not transporting it. And of course you put it up when you are. It's got the safety chains when you're towing it and the hitch. It's only rated, I think, for towing 40 or 50 miles an hour, which is never going to be an issue for us because it will likely never leave our property. I don't see myself going 50 miles an hour down that driveway. So the next step is to clear a spot to put that so she can use it over here in a nice, comfortable, shady spot with a nice little view. Of course, she enjoys splitting wood, and for her it's a good way for her to come out here and clear her head, relax, and she feels good because she's doing something productive. Just the same with me when I'm doing everything else I'm doing. So we're gonna get this set up for her. So right now there's a big pile of logs. Most of that's pretty much all firewood logs, and then some old roofing, which I'm just going to store and put away somewhere else. Get all this stuff moved out of the way. There's a very large pile of firewood there, so we're going to have to buck that up for her once I get this over here and leveled up in a nice comfortable spot for her to work. For now, at least, we're going to get this moved over here and maybe just get some of this stuff cut up. Let's get to it. So now I got the excavator out and this area cleared, so I was able to move it. I left the tractor up there by the splitter because that's what I'm going to use to move it. Now I'm going to use the excavator and pick all this junk up. That's gonna be it. All set up just the way she wants it. Nice and leveled out. So I think this is going to be the perfect spot for this. So I think now we're going to go ahead and test it out. I'd say this was a good success. We did have to build this from all box of parts that they sent us, so this splitter doesn't come assembled. So it was quite a bit of work putting it together. But this splitter would cost probably about half of what you would pay for one that would be assembled, and maybe even come with a couple other little bells and whistles that we don't really need. But this one's going to be more than plenty, fast enough for us to split all the wood we need to heat our little roughly 800 square foot house that will be showing up there eventually. And we got plenty of wood in the meantime to get prepared for that. And the new wood stove just recently came in, sitting over in the barn there, brand new with brand new blower. We'll be installing in the new house, so when that happens we'll share that with you as well, show you how that works. So, and I'm sure Stacy will be out here splitting firewood on this thing soon. I get a lot of work to do before that and get all this wood bucked up. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get that done for her. Maybe the next video or two here coming up, we'll do a video of Stacy operating it, and I'll do a little video of it and go over the operation of it a little bit more detailed. But if you have any questions about this splitter or anything else we're doing here on the homestead, please put them down in the comment section below. Stay safe, stay cool, be happy. See you next time.